What's going on, y'all? I'm back with another review, and this time, last night, I watched a movie called The King of Staten Island, starring Pete Davidson, Bill Burr, and Marissa Tomei. First of all, this movie was directed by Judd Apatow. Judd Apatow is one of my favorite comedic directors, for the simple fact that he makes realistic comedies. I'm not saying that I don't like silly slapstick comedies and all that. I love that. I love all kinds of comedy. But when it comes to his movies, it's just something about his movies. They stand out strong. And he puts a little drama and realism into his, into the script. The thing about this is I was a bit skeptical because every time he doesn't go with his usual circle, which is Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen, Paul Rudd, etc., it could be iffy. Last time he went with Amy Schumer for Trainwreck, and it was strong mixed reviews. And but I enjoyed it, even though I enjoyed it, despite what she did. Amy Schumer did. She knows she did. A lot of people did not or didn't even choose to watch the movie because of her. When it came to this, I was even more skeptical because I was not confident of what Pete Davidson was going to do as a lead role. He doesn't fit the lead role type. So I was like a little, I don't know, about this one type deal going on. So let's get into this. Let me break this movie down for you real quick. For people who are not familiar with this, The King of Staten Island is about pretty much underlining Pete Davidson's actual background story in his life. He's talked about this in his stand-up a lot of times. When he was younger, his father passed away in a fire because his father was a firefighter, and he was helping out. It was in the 9/11 situation, and that could have some trauma right there immediately. So they fast forward. He's 24 years old now, still in with his mom. His sister's going off to college, graduating. And now his mom wants to settle down. Well, something happens where Pete Davidson, his character in this movie is a tattoo artist, and he ends up tattooing this little underage kid. The father finds out, goes to their house, and confronts them. The father just happens to be a firefighter, just like his dad. Now, within this confrontation, the firefighter, which is played by Bill Burr, ends up falling for Pete Davidson's mom, and this is when the hilarity pursues. Right? So the positives on this, I like how they compared the generations. You got your generation of millennials compared to the older generation. I think the older generation called the Generation Next or something like that. I forgot. Yeah, when it comes to Bill Burr's character versus Pete Davidson's character, I like that aspect of it. I always find that interesting of what goes down with this new generation, or my generation, because I'm a millennial. Doesn't feel like it, or the post millennials after me, to people older than me. There was very interesting things that were said and thrown throughout there. Also, what I like about this, I like the New York feel. I've always liked the New York feel. As we know, Staten Island is the home of Wu-Tang. So this movie, I felt that feel you get when you used to go back in the day of the 90s and you see those movies that had Wu-Tang Clan in there somewhere, sprinkled in there somewhere, because it had the grimy, street feel to it, even though this was like a comedy. I just like that the New York accents, how they talk. It's all interesting to me. That's always been interesting to me. Another thing I like, well, it had its moments. This movie had its moments with the comedy because it kind of went back and forth with the drama and the. But it's the comedic part moments in there were cool. We're pretty cool. I mean, not everybody's going to find that funny. Or Pete Davidson's humor funny. That's the thing. His humor is way off. He's like a dark Adam Sandler. He's a darker Adam Sandler. So his humor is like, it's not for everybody. I'm putting it right. It's not for everybody. So, because I barely kind of roll with some of his jokes. What helped it out was other people in the movie, blending in to the scene. That's what helped it out. And with that said, let's get into the negatives, man. The negatives of this movie. I think when they started getting serious, I know the whole firefighter thing and all that means a lot to Pete Davidson, and there's no disrespect. It's just I don't think they knew what to do with those scenes when it came to that, because his dad was a firefighter. I'm sorry. The Bill Burr's character knew of his dad, so on, so on. I don't think they knew what to do with those bonding moments and all that, what happened. Another thing I did not like, bro. I've had stepdad issues in my younger years, but mine were validated for me to be pissed like I was. Pete Davidson's character had no validation of being pissed. He just was being selfish. And you could obviously see it through the screen, and it annoyed me because Bill Burr's character was trying so hard. Sometimes he wasn't even trying. He was just doing what he does. I didn't really see a lot of flaw in Bill Burr's character. He didn't seem like a a-hole or whatever to me. But Pete Davidson was not letting him fly, man. It made his character seem like a jerk, man. Like a jerk. I can't say it no rougher than that. But you know what I'm saying? It may have seemed like that, man. And it annoyed me a little bit. I think another thing that I did not like about this movie, there were some annoying characters in there. There were some people who were not so funny. And then so the jokes didn't work with some of these people. They could have left that out. There was some drag. There was heavy drag time in there. Heavy drag time. I had to wake myself up a little bit. There was some heavy drag time. They could have cut that out too. They just could have went. There was a part in the movie where Pete Davidson's character goes over to the Bill Burr's ex-wife's house to try to, start mess, whatever. But I felt that it could have went a different way than what it did, but it didn't. And it should have. In my opinion, I would have made that scene. If you see them watch the movie, tell me what you thought. It should have went a different way. In my opinion, it should have went a different way, and that would have made the movie so better. Just that part. You got to see that part, though. With that said, it's a hard one. I had to say I couldn't even do an cool, because it didn't get there. It didn't get there to the cool to even hit the hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think next time Judd Apatow does a movie, he should probably throw some of his usuals in there. Just one. Oh, just one. We take that risk with another person who's not the usual. With that being said, like, share, subscribe. Oh yeah, and still watch the movie. Still check the movie out. I recommend that you watch this movie. I'm still going to buy the movie. It's just something that I wouldn't watch over and over again. And I'm out.